Welcome to the big show. This is Investing with Confidence. I am your host, Joshua David, and we are happy to have you with us today. I always have my great friend, my great pal. It's been a blizzard of a week the last couple of weeks, but it has also been a blizzard of a week the last couple of weeks in the stock
Oh,
market.
that's what I
Al,
thought you were talking about.
how are you doing today?
I'm doing really well. I feel fantastic, as a matter of fact.
Well, you look fantastic.
Thank you, sir. I
Do-
appreciate that.
do you
You
have
look
a-
pretty good yourself.
Thank you. I must say so myself. But you know what? Have you been planning ahead for your New Year's resolution with all this working out you've been doing?
No, I don't have to because I have the same resolution list that I had last year, which was a carryover from the year before, which happened to be a carryover from the year before that.
You know what? I'm glad you mentioned that because that's some of the topics I want to talk about here today on Investing with Confidence, sponsored by Online Trading Academy. We have New Year's coming up in a few weeks here, and New Year's resolutions are coming up. And last year we talked a lot about New Year's resolutions with people's finances,
Right.
right? And I think a lot of people prolong or procrastinate in taking care of their finances. But you know what? It is time, and now is the best time to get in the financial market, stocks. And
Right.
we're going to talk about that today. By the way, our sponsor, Online Trading Academy, on their 25th year, teaching people just like you how to invest in these markets: stocks, options, futures, Forex, cryptocurrency. Phenomenal markets these days. Great opportunities. We have volatility in this market. We have a lot of other things going on. This week, the Fed talked on Wednesday.
Right.
Inflation is here and it's here to stay. But we need to take advantage of this great volatility in these markets. S&P's still continuing that uptrend, but we're seeing some big down days, which brings more opportunity. I love these days because we're opportunity to get in at a discount potentially or continue that trend. But let's talk about how to take advantage of these great volatile markets.
Yeah, well, first of all, let's talk about why some people don't do well, why some people stay out of these markets. And it really kind of comes down to, I think one of the most important things is people put too much emphasis on what's not important. They make this too complicated. And actually, part of that is the way we've been conditioned by Wall Street to believe it's too complicated. So if you really just concentrate on what's important, what is that? Well, it's basically finding the people that are successful. Who's successful in the market? And if you can find that, if you know who they are, wouldn't you want to just copy what they're doing? That's exactly what we do. We have an investment strategy, our core strategy, which is designed to follow and basically just kind of copy who's impacting the market. Who is that? Who are the people that are successful, the smart money? It's the Wall Street firms. It's the hedge funds. It's the guys like Warren Buffett. So if it's important to follow them, what if you could use a strategy that's designed to do just that? Our core strategy, it really kind of comes down to this, and I don't want to insult some people, but I'm going to use a word that Wall Street actually came up with, not me. What the core does is it helps to identify the buying behavior of the smart money versus the dumb money. And what they're talking about with dumb money is that's the retail traders. Hey, that's you and me. They're calling us dumb. And the only reason that they're doing that is that most people that are retail traders that try to do this are making mistakes. They make too many mistakes. They're concentrating on what's not important. And it really gets down to who moves price.
Yeah, and they do that without education. They do that without skills. I mean, there's millions of people that may have been getting into these markets because it's easy to access the market. So you need the right.
It is easy to access it, and it has really. There's been some tailwinds that people have been able to benefit from, without knowing what they're doing.
Yeah, so they get in there without the education, the skills. It's kind of been rewarding bad behavior a little bit, but there's great opportunities that people are really missing out on. So with this volatility, what do you see? Moving forward, how can us, how do we not be the dumb money, and how do we trade like that smart money?
Well, the volatility, that's a word that a lot of people are afraid of. It's one of the reasons a lot of people stay out of the market. Volatility is something you should look at as your friend, and you learn how to take advantage of that by learning the short-term trading opportunities that do just that. And that's exactly what we do. Unfortunately, most people are put into something that is a strategy that really lets volatility be a detriment to you, and you don't need to have that happen. You want to use a proper strategy that takes advantage of volatility, and whether you're short-term trading, long-term investing, that proper strategy won't allow you to enter a position, first of all, unless you know where to get out.
Yeah.
And there's two
You have
reasons
to
to get
realize
out.
your profits.
Absolutely. There's two reasons to get out of something, right? Either you are wrong and you made a mistake, you want to get out with a minimal loss, or you're right and you want to get out with the maximum profit that's available there. That's what a proper strategy should do. It should help you to identify the right price to get in, and that right price is going to be based on that smart money, where their activity is. Because there's two things that are important. One is, where is price going to turn, and how far is it going to go? And those are the two important things to concentrate on. Fortunately for us, we can teach you on a price chart how to find where that is. Both components of it, where the smart money is entering a trade, that's what you want to be there with them. And then also, when are they going to get out? Because that is going to determine the profit potential that's available for you.
Yeah, I think I gave this example several months back about how the markets actually function and how prices actually move. And it's kind of like an auctioneer. You have an auctioneer selling a product, let's say a tractor, and that you have many buyers for this one tractor, and that price is going to continue to rise until their buyers are gone. There's just one buyer and one seller. Well, if there isn't any buyers for that one tractor, price is going to drop until they find somebody that's interested in buying that tractor. So that's how the financial markets work. When there's more supply, price goes down. More demand, price goes up. And we're seeing some big volatility right now. Great opportunities for traders and investors. And as Al was talking about a little bit earlier, those short-term opportunities. So you need to find out who moves the markets. It's the institutions.
Right.
Then you need to bridge that gap and trade like them. Follow those institutions. And I kicked the show off with, we have New Year's resolutions coming up here, and I want to talk about the importance to planning ahead. Plan for these New Year's resolutions and actually follow through. So if you're listening right now, if you have a goal or an objective, especially with your finances, I'm going to ask you right now to write that down. If you're driving right now, please don't write it down. Keep that in your head. Maybe voice to text yourself. But if you're at home right now, write that down and follow through with that and start a plan to do that. That way you can have better opportunities in the future, because the longer you wait to plan for your finances, the harder it is. And then you're kind of playing catch up. We talk to a lot of people and they're always playing catch up. Plan ahead and do that today. Al, we have investing classes. I want to invite people to right here in Bloomington to help with that plan. If you have that plan, write it down, bring that in. Let's talk through that. What is your goal in the objective in the financial markets, and how do you have the potential to reach that goal? So in these investing classes, they're about 2 hours. Just call 952-814-4410 for 2 tickets. That's for callers 1 through 10. You can also text the word invest to the number 484848. When you get set up with this investing class, you're going to receive a financial quick start kit just for getting set up. That'll help you get started right away. Coming up next, we're going to continue talking about this, not procrastinating and have plans for your New Year's resolutions, but how to have income potential with these financial markets. 952-814-4410. We'll be right back.